Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 29 of this 30-day Living an Authentic Life Challenge. We are almost done, and I'm hoping that this has been a blessing to you because today we are talking about faith. It takes faith to live above reproach. So, what does that mean? Well, living above reproach is simply having a high moral standard that requires you to conduct yourself in a manner that is beyond criticism, blame, or suspicion. There are some places that you won't go, some things you won't say, some things you just won't do. Not because you can't. We are capable of doing a whole bunch of things, but there are just some things we choose not to do. Because when we have a vision about what our morals, our values, that compass that we are living our life under, there's some things that you just won't do so it does not taint that. I have a tendency when I go through looking at my social media, there are some things that are comical to me, but I recognize that if I push a like button on that, it may give a different thought process to somebody about what I'm saying and what I'm doing. It's not that I can't like certain things, it's just that I just won't. It's sort of like another example. Let's say you tell people that you don't drink, but people see you coming in and out of the liquor store 4 or 5 times a day. Now, your statement about you saying you don't drink, mm, give some people some thought about you. Or maybe you're the type of person that says, I always make certain I'm accountable for my behavior and my actions. But if somebody catches you doing something that you ideally weren't supposed to do and hold you accountable for it, instead of simply sitting in the truth, you rather explain away your behavior, justify your actions. Oh, I get wanting not to put yourself in a position where you look like you are wrong when you feel that you are right. But having to go through that extra explanation, all that extra justification, it makes you look like you are doing something a little bit shady. Here's another thing that I had to finally learn. It takes faith to decide not to promote yourself when you know that the position that you want is something that you really want to be promoted to. You have the skill for it, you've worked for it, you've done the work in it. But a lot of times when the word came up about it, you give credence to the team. You're always a great team player. And sometimes you feel that being that amazing team player, that strategic supportive of everybody else around you, that you get overlooked. I know what it is like because it's my natural thought process to help everybody around me, but it's also an element of how I was raised. Not to promote yourself, make it seem like you are being boastful or prideful about your skill set. It took me a long time to discover that the skill that I bring to the table, it's a good skill. And if I'm asked what I contributed, it's okay to say what I contributed to that task without debasing, degrading, or demoting the team. For some individuals, you are sitting in a job where you have done everything for everybody, including train the person that replaced you for that promotion that you knew you wanted. And you're sitting back and you're wondering, when will I be seen? When will my skill sets be recognized? Have faith that you are not being discarded. It takes faith to still stand on the grounds of doing the things that you know you can do supporting in the way that you support, and still realizing that you will get the promotion that you desire when it is time. Having faith to stand on those principles is difficult, but I also want to say this. It's important to say that living above reproach does not mean that you are trying to be perfect in everything. Because on this side of glory, we will never be perfect. But rather than striving for perfection, it's letting your behavior be such a way that you don't give anybody any reason to accuse you of any wrongdoing or suspect your behavior as being a false pretense. One of the things that a lot of people have issues with, if you believe like I believe and serve God, believe in Jesus, and want to walk upright in that arena, is if you are found to be a Christian that just falls. Because here's the thing, People think that because you believe in Jesus that you will never fall or you won't have a mishap. You're human. You will fail. But the thing that I love about God is that He gives us grace to get back up. But because there have been so many people that are put on so many pretenses trying to act like they are perfect, when you do fall from grace, it also brings shame on Jesus. I'll be the first one to tell you, don't let my hot mess take you to the hot place because I'm still growing. There are some areas I no longer have to think a second thought about my behavior and I function there. There are also things that I do that take me a little bit longer. Not that I'm trying to be perfect, but I am striving to operate in excellence and let whatever my name is on be as exceptional as possible. But there will be mishaps that take place. My flaws will reveal themselves in some moments. And that's okay because I have faith to believe that what I am attempting to do to operate in excellence will be seen. And if man doesn't see it and that place of that level that I'm striving towards, I will still get there. You see, the thing about faith is this type of faith that also put Daniel in the lion's den. Y'all got to forgive my talk because it's been a long day and my tongue is a little bit tired. And so one of the things that I had to learn to be okay in showing up is recognizing that my ability to speak well, I can do that when I'm feeling great. But how do you show up when things don't feel so great? You're not having your best moment. I'm learning to show up anyway. So if I feel like I'm a little tongue-tied, it's okay. Because that right there, that part, that's my lion's den. When Daniel was showing how he wanted to operate in excellence, he had to pay a cost. When I make an attempt to show that I'm operating in excellence, my tongue-tied moments may be my cost. But I also recognize that there were some other things that faith had to bring me through. Choosing not to do certain things to promote myself, choosing not to do certain things to get quick money, quick cash, or other things, because when I was stuck with that $35,000 worth of debt in the aftermath of my divorce, I had to make some decisions about how I would function to ensure that I operated in integrity to make certain that I still achieved the goal. And it was faith that allowed me to press through. So if you find yourself in your personal lion's den, have faith to live above reproach because you will be in a position or a situation where there are things you won't do, places you won't go, things you won't say. It's not that you can't, but operating in such a way will give you the integrity to move forward. So that's what day 29 is about, faith. We're going to talk a little bit more because there's so much more I want to share and have a discussion with this. So if you have not yet joined me today and tomorrow, that's it. This 30-day Living an Authentic Life Challenge will be over. And this was just a snippet. So I encourage you, go to my website, TanyaEhood.com. Register quick because we will be done shortly. In the meantime, this is Tanya Ehud, walking in my purpose, and I want you to do the same.